Hey guys, it is now day 2, so let's start assembling our snowman and jump right in. As we can see here, we have all of the parts laid out. And as you can see over on this area, most printers will have this raft. So you're going to have to deal with that and sand it down so that they can fit together perfectly. So now I'm going to tell you guys how to fit together your very own snowman. Now let's move this to the side. And not to mention, if you are more attracted to the dark side, you can always print it in black. So, back to the tutorial. As you can see, this is for the bottom half and this is the top half. And this is everything that keeps them together. So first you want to take, I usually take from the bottom half, the biggest part, the two biggest parts. It doesn't really matter which one you start with. And then this middle piece. And you just fit this right on there. And after that, you want to take the side piece and make sure that there's the buttons right here, as you can see. Make sure that they have the buttons because you have to align it with this one so that it will be the buttons of your snowman. Or you could also fit it any way you want as long as it's these two on these two sides. So you want to fit these two up here like this. And after this, you want to put your second half on top to secure it in place and just pinch it lightly with your fingers. And then you want to take this lock mechanism and through this hole right here, as you can see, this is the front, and from the top, you want to put this in like this. So you want these teeth to face inwards and to have a flush back on the outside. And same with the other piece and the same orientation, same side, so that the hole is on the same direction. Now after that, you want to get your master key, as I call it, and also your bottom half of this half lock thing. As you can see, it's similar with this piece. It's similar as this one. But as you can see, this has a full side, whereas this one only has half. So you want to take the half one and put it down so the bottom side, this half lock, is aligned with this line over here. So as you can see like that, you put that down and there's a hole right there. So you want to push our middle button thing all the way to the back so you can see a hole through here. And you want to put your master key through that hole in this orientation so the small part stays up, and then push this lock back in place. You might have to shimmy it so that it can fit right in perfectly. And then for the last part of the bottom half, you want to take these two pieces, the other half lock and this piece with only a small notch here, and you want to fit your half lock into this groove like that so it forms something like a key. And then the last step would be to push it into the last hole and last groove so that it fits perfectly. Just like that, and your bottom half of your snowman is done. Now let's work on the top half, and we start with the exact same steps. Take your half, take your middle piece, put that in, take your locks, and for the small one, you need to make sure that there's the mouth part. Focus. There you go. As you can see, there are 3 small buttons here to resemble the mouth, and you want to just put this in and line it with the face and also the nose so that it forms a face. And take your other half, put it in, and your other half lock, full lock, and lock that in. And then just pinch it with your fingers to secure it in place for now. And then make sure that you take these locks or it's just going to fall apart. And you need to make sure that you push these two. You need to make sure that you push these two to the sides at all times, or else it's going to give you a really hard time. So there we go. And for this part, you need to be sure that the alignment is right, or else your head won't be facing forward. So what you want to make sure is that you have this part. You have the hole. You have this hole facing forward. So in this case, we want this to face my face, my snowman's head. So I'll push this forward. I'll push this to the front. Make sure there's a hole for our key and lock that in place. So that just gives us a good lock on our head so that it doesn't fall apart if we don't hold on to it. And that's pretty much all of the hard parts are over. And last but not least, put this in to fit the master locks and master keys. So as you can see, there's a big hole and a small hole here. So as always, your master key always has to go on the small hole on the back side. So push your middle piece all the way to the back, so there's a space for your master key to go through. Push it all the way until it comes out and lock it back in place. Alright, and now for the final piece, and before you do that, you need to also make sure that you have your bottom piece in, which was a mistake that I just did. So make sure that this one is in there, and then push this one in. And push the whole thing back to lock it in place. And for the final key, same thing, push the half lock into the groove and shimmy it in there. So you want to just push that in, and make sure you don't do this and try to push it in all the way, because that's going to snap your half lock. So just shimmy it in gently, but not too aggressively. And there you have your mini snowman. That's all for today, so join me back tomorrow to see me challenge my mom and other family members to try out this snowman. Don't forget to check out the project's files in the description below. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, give me some advice, and I'll see you in the next video.